Good morning, everyone. Let's call the meeting to order. I'd like to start with the invocation. Mark Waters, our former council member, someone we miss greatly.
Good morning, everyone. I thought it might be nice to start with the prayer of St. Francis. I think it's a good prayer. It was written by St. Francis of Assisi. And it's a good prayer for those of us who live in community. I think there are some good things in this prayer that we all need to remember and focus on. Let us pray. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not seek so much to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen.
This is Cypress Village's new weight loss regimen that we have to get through here.
I flunked it.
Thank you so much, Mark. And now we have Jim Jandro to do the pledge.
You can stand, face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Jim. Next up, we have Human Resource Recognition with Angelique, whose last name I always forget, Anthony. That's an easy one, too.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
At this time, once again, it's my pleasure to recognize 2 employees for December's Employee of the Month. So I'll ask at this time for Jamil Jones to step to the podium.
All right, Jamil.
And Ms. Carla Olive. Thank you, John. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Yes. Jamil is a security guard here at Cypress. Jamil has been with us since April of this year. We appreciate you, Jamil, for all the efforts and the time you put into your role since you've onboarded with us. You consistently display a positive attitude and support whenever and wherever it's needed. We are grateful for your hard work and engagement, and I'd like to say congratulations. Next, I would like to recognize Carla Aller. Carla is one of our wonderful housekeepers here at the community. Carla has been with Cypress a month shy of 1 year and has been embraced by not only the residents but her peers alike. Carla, your dedication and commitment to the residents is impressive. Thank you for all you do and congratulations. I would like to also take this opportunity to recognize the Rookie of the Month for December, which is Emily Parker. Unfortunately, she was not able to attend this morning. Emily joined Cypress last September as a concierge receptionist. She is truly a professional and provides customer service excellence for our residents, families, and employees alike. Congratulations to her as well. To the 3 of you, I thank you for being an example to your peers and providing the best for our residents and our employees. We are very fortunate to have you on the team. We rely on employees like you to provide the best experience to our residents, and you've demonstrated that. Your work ethic exemplifies Cypress Village's principles and core values. It's employees like you that motivate us to be the best. We are looking forward to your future successes as well. Congratulations again. Put this on here. My nails. That's right. Let me see if I can get this right. There we go.
Thank you so much. You are amazing.
Thank you.
Yes.
Let me put this on you, my dear.
Putting the button on. Yeah. All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. There you go, my dear.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Angelique, and to the employee and the rookie of the month, thank you. For my remarks, I just want to kind of go over the council in case none of you have read the weekly or saw Coffee Chat or, any of that. I just wanted to go over. We have Wendy Griffith, who returns as the Healthcare Committee Chair, and she has also agreed to be the Vice President. And she's already started on some initiatives. I have Tony Delacroix, who is returning again as our wonderful secretary. We love Tony. Next is Bill Shatfield. He is new to the council. He was just elected this year, and we believe in trial by fire. So we appointed him to the dining committee, and also, yay, Bill. Be kind, please. And he's also agreed to be treasurer. And I see Pam is not here, but Pam remains on the council, and she is chair of the facilities committee. Is Carol here?
Carol's not here.
Oh, Carol Luckenbacher is new to the council, and she's serving as chair of the activities committee. And last but not least is Jim Jondro, who was elected this year. The prior year he was appointed. And Jim is chair again of the Veterans Committee, and they do a fine job supporting our veterans. We're very grateful for the services of Mark Waters, who still returned today to help us out, who was the chair of dining, and Louise Fontecchio, the former chair of activities. Thanks to both of you, although I don't see Louise. And thank you to the current council for your willingness to serve. Next up, it's not on the agenda, but Linda Daughtry would like to say a few words.
Since I have not partaken of the Cypress Village weight loss program, I will stand on this side of the podium. All I want to do is say a very heartfelt thank you for every single resident who contributed to the Employee Appreciation Fund this year. If you were down on Friday morning when we were doing the check distribution, if you came down for the lovely breakfast that dining provided and that all the management people served, you would have seen for yourself the joy on the faces of our employees. So thank you so much for every single dollar that we were able to gift to our wonderful employees who make our lives here the best they can be. One other quick thing, also related to the Christmas fund. A lot of new people this year and a lot of questions about how this program works. As we were going through the process, there wasn't really a lot of time to do anything about adequately explaining that. So you'll see a couple of communications during this year, which we usually don't do. Usually you don't hear from us again until October. But this year I'm going to try to do some educational pieces, probably in the log, that explains how the formula works. I'm also, with some help from Jim and his contacts at the other CCRCs in our geographical area, going to do some data collection about the results at other communities, and I'm going to lay it out there for y'all. You're going to see a bar graph on where we fall in participation rates, in average contributions per resident, in the number of employees that we're trying to give gifts to. And I'm not trying to embarrass anybody, I'm not trying to guilt anybody, but you need to understand what this program is and how important it is, not only to the employees, but to the management of Cypress Village. This is a very good thing that we as the residents can do for the people who really support us, the ones we see every day, and the ones I saw when they came to pick up their checks that I had never seen before in my life. So there are lots of people behind the scenes that need to be gifted as well. So thank you very, very much, and look for more information to come, probably late spring, early summer, and then we'll meet up till next year's program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Linda. Look forward to that. Bill, do you want to give the treasurer's report?
Okay, I got good news and bad news. The good news is we're solvent. The bad news is there is none. Okay, we've got two different balances. The first balance I'll give you is a big number, which represents exactly what's cleared through the bank and has been reconciled in the account. And that's $1,424.88. The other balance includes the things that have not gone through the bank yet, which is a large check for the Christmas fund and some income from the coffee chat and the honesty box. And that total balance is $788.88. And that's it. We're doing good. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. As I said, trial by fire. And I need to remind everyone that has the mic, if you can't hear an echo in your ear, then it's not recording either. So just a FYI. Next up, we have committee updates. First up is Wendy with the Healthcare Committee.
Good morning.
Good morning, Wendy.
I wore this sweater on purpose, that if I can't dazzle you with, you know what, at least my sweater can dazzle you. And those people who saw me wear this last night, don't be talking about me. Okay, Healthcare Committee, what the heck did we do this year? Well, we established fall guidelines, not for the season, but for the person or resident that you may see fall. What do you do besides try to help them get up? No, don't do that. And please, the fall guidelines were published. If you can see them, if you need a copy, let me know. We baked cookies for Station 59 just to say thank you for everything that they've done for us. And the other thing we did is assist at the healthcare fair, which reminds me, there will be another healthcare fair put together by Susan McLean and Chrissy Selfick. And that healthcare fair will be on January 24th. So mark your calendars. So for 2023, the Healthcare Committee will be establishing goals. And if you have any suggestions, we'd love to hear them. So here's the people you can give your suggestions to that are on the committee. Tom Johnston, Nancy Rochester, Carmen Von Susten, Chris Berkowitz, and Peggy Wilczek. They're a caring and wonderful group to work with. So if you have suggestions for our goals for 2023, let us know. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. Next up is Jim Jondreau, who's going to talk about the Veterans Committee.
Thank you.
Hello.
Good morning. This is Jim speaking. Can I help you this morning? Give you my notes. Great. I want to to talk to you all about the Veterans Committee. Now, first of all, sometimes I'm accused of holding the mic too close, so if I am, raise your hand. Okay? So my apologies for blowing out your hearing aids or your eardrums. I want to talk about veteran support. Specifically, I want to talk about Veterans Day activities that occurred on the 11th of November. They were the Veterans Recognition Wall in the morning and the Veterans Dinner at night. You know, they say it takes a village to be successful in executing something. Well, you're going to hear that, yes, for the Veterans Committee, we engaged the village. And I'm going to start with our host. Ty Morgan had comments during the Veterans Day celebration, and he provides great support to the Veterans Committee, as does his staff. Activities, to which I know I should call them community life services. I can't even pronounce it properly. That's why I say activities. Dining, admin services, Laurel and her wonderful rendition of the national anthem, staff who sets up the dinner, and also as servers. That's who serves our meals, the staff does. The Veterans Committee, Jim, not me, Ed and Ed, Ted and Greg, Bill and Harry. That's the Veterans Committee who worked very hard to make this happen. Chuck, who does the POW missing man table. The Color Guard, the Cypress Village Color Guard. They bring in the American flag and all the service flags, consisting of Bill, Tom, Clyde, Harry, Bill, Tom, and Mike. Then we had Father Mark, who gave us the invocation. Then we had Ed and Greg, who provided us their reflections of the 60th anniversary of the Cuban Missile Crisis. Then we had Vitas, who provides coffee and donuts at the Veterans Recognition Wall. Then our 10 World War II veterans that live here in Cypress Village. And I must apologize, because I'm sure there's a million others that I have forgotten to identify, but they're all part of making this an extremely successful set of events. Now, on that note, the Veterans Committee at our last meeting discussed what we call lessons learned. What's the good, the bad, and the ugly that took place in those two events? And we document that. And it becomes history, so that we know when the next event comes up, which would be about a year from now, that we can look at that and see what was good, what was bad, what improvements can we make, what makes sense. But having said that, that's the Veterans Committee talking. And yes, we've heard extremely many comments about how well that event was. What I want to know from you all is, what did you see? What was good? What changes would you recommend so that we can take those and put them in and talk about it starting next summer? So, want your comments on it. Send them to me. Ty, you starting to write your comments right now?
Yeah. Jarred a couple.
officer, okay?
Trying to help.
But, you know, the community, Cypress Village community, its residents and employees, really thank you, all of you, for your attendance and support to the veterans of Cypress Village. And I will add an editorial note on this. When I talk veterans of Cypress Village, I'm not just talking residents. On that board, that Veterans Recognition Board, are Cypress Village residents and employees who are veterans. A veteran is a veteran. And that's the way we look at it. And that's why this is a community event. And I thank you all of those that participated.
Got a little bit of space here. Thank you, Jim, for that update, your request for comments. Todd, did you want to introduce your team, or did you want me to?
Hector's on a timeline, so I'm
Okay.
going to let him go
Okay.
next.
Hector? Our dining leader?
Director, dining, sir.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Hector.
Quite honestly, I'm just happy that I made it up to the podium from the little skinny aisle that I got back there. I only have a couple updates. One, meeting with the dining committee on the 21st. We're going to discuss dress code, finalize that. Hopefully we'll have that out sometime at the beginning of the year. It's probably not going to be the first day, but soon thereafter. Breakfast Middleton's, we've got Ahmad back. He starts on the 15th. So what we're planning on doing with breakfast is, instead of doing it in Loon's Nest, we're going to move it over to Middleton's so that we'll have something more of a full breakfast instead of just a served, and I can have a server over there and really be able to execute it at a higher level. Ahmad did a great job. I heard a lot of comments. I really didn't witness too much of that. That was on the front end of me arriving here. So we're just happy to have him back. He's a great gentleman, very polite. So I had a chance to meet with him the other day, and he's scheduled to be back the 15th. Christmas meal, reservations for Christmas with families. We need reservations for if your families are joining you on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day in Middleton's, and then upstairs in AL, we'll just need reservations for Christmas Day. We find that a lot of families will come down to Middleton's to enjoy Christmas Eve. So we'll take reservations down there for both. And that's really all I have today. So thank you, everybody. Thanks for everybody that attended the breakfast. It was my first, and it was I think it was very nice to see everybody interacting and a lot of good comments. So thank you all.
15th of December or January?
What's
Breakfast.
January. Ahmad's starting the 15th of December, but we want to get him acclimated, and then we'll do a lot of rollouts in January, some things that we've got on the table. Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you, Hector. Next up is Angelique Anthony.
Let's dance.
With hiring.
That's part of my voice.
Hiring and recruitment updates. Thank
That's
you.
the floor show.
So I wanted to provide a hiring and retention update and a look back on 2022 from an HR perspective. So as we entered 2023, let's take a moment to reflect on the past year. But most importantly, we're looking forward to where we are headed as a community. As you're aware, our work environment continued to be unpredictable, with COVID-19 impacting how we work, the needs of our residents, and priorities for our staff. This resulted in hiring challenges. In the face of these uncertainties, we had to shift our focus from just hiring to hiring and retaining talent. Employees' connection to our community's purpose is as unique as the employee themselves, which is very important. Acknowledging when someone personally embodies our organizational purpose provides wonderful reinforcement and reminds others to be intentional about doing the same. With that said, let's highlight how we were able to overcome those challenges. One of our biggest priorities was to eliminate agency and skilled nursing, and we did just that. Additionally, housekeeping is almost fully staffed and has also eliminated agency. The first quarter of 2022, we hired 93 employees. However, we termed 120. Several contributing factors were mainly because of the vaccination policy, right? Mid-year through last quarter, current quarter, we hired 181 employees and our number of terms reduced to 70. So we are slowly but steadily reducing terms, which is good. We're on the other side of that. Here's what we learned and put into action to ensure we keep our employees engaged. We doubled down on our company's culture. We're making sure that we are hiring the caliber of the individual as well as their ability to do the job. Additionally, that the right candidate adopts our culture, values, and principles. How is this done? This is done through a robust and engaged culture committee with our very own Jetty Johnston represents for our residents. Our culture committee drives our recognition programs by way of Cypress Valor and extraordinary rewards. Through our improved engagement efforts, our employees champion and embody our company values. We've also created a new video launch called Around the Village, which provides monthly HR updates across the community for employees to view. Very similar to Coffee Chat. Our culture committee drives our recognition programs, and we also recognize the Employee of the Month, Rookie of the Month winners, and all other service awards for that month. The company has conducted an employee engagement exercise for 2022, which resulted in improved overall employee satisfaction from our last exercise back in 2020. With all we faced in the past couple of years, this is a great win. However, we do have opportunities to improve in categories which relate to communication and workload distributed evenly, and that is because we were understaffed. So we should see a change in that for the following year. I will be partnering with leadership to discuss themes from the feedback to create an action plan for areas of opportunity by way of a town hall so that our employees know that their voice counts. Ty will host a Q&A to provide an opportunity for employees' concerns or suggestions to also be heard. Heading into 2023, our focus will continue to be to hire the best human capital we can. We will continue to recruit, develop, retain, and inspire a highly talented and actively engaged team of employees to maximize our residents' experience. In retrospect, this year has shown us that positive change can come if we all remain steadfast. We will continue to put people first, build upon success, and create a bold path forward. So that's my promise to you for 2023. That's all. Thank you, Megan. You're welcome.
Next up is Ty Morgan, our Executive Director. Just in case you didn't know.
Good morning, everybody. I was not on the agenda this morning, but I did want to take the liberty to really say one thing to all of our residents, and I don't want to go off of my cue here, but I only had a few remarks today, and it's all about you, and you, our residents. Wasn't pointing anybody out individually, just this side and this side. All right, 2022, as all of you know, started out very, very rough. We had to navigate through some of the most difficult times I can tell you I have ever dealt with professionally. But we as a community, we stayed together, We stayed focused on the end goal, and overall, Cypress finished fairly strong, I would say very strong, through the end of 2022. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. Thanks to, number one, all of the residents of Cypress Village. A huge thank you for all of your patience, support, kindness, and generosity, as Linda mentioned earlier. Not just financial, also your capital as well, your assistance and volunteerism. All of you were critical to our finish this year. Your contributions, care of employees, and much more was very appreciated and needed. Thanks to number two, our Resident Advisory Council, to Janet Allen, her team of resident leaders for the guidance, assistance, and support provided as we continue to resurface from the COVID-19 pandemic, reboot operations, and return to the new normal. Whatever the new normal is, we're on the way. Thanks to number three, the RAC committees and their members for more specific feedback, support, and guidance to those departmental directors to assist managing expectations from the respective areas and providing ideas and feedback that assist in prioritizing those goals. Thanks to number four, resident unit leaders and resident floor leaders. Thank you for supporting and making our new residents' transition and new lifestyle here at Cypress Village as smooth and positive as it can be. I think we all know how stressful it can be as a new resident moving into a new community of similar stature as Cypress Village. So your involvement was extremely critical to the success of our occupancy and sales in 2022. And thanks to five, our resident volunteers, for all of the sacrifices of hours and support you provided to the community overall. In the departments, clubs, you provide your services to. Whether it's delivering food, heading up an organization like a club, rolling silverware, religious support in the healthcare center, covering activities and fitness, and many others. On behalf of Cypress Village, we thank you all. So what am I thankful for? I'm thankful for one, all the residents, families, and staff for standing strong and together through the 2022 struggle. We would not have made it without you, nor where we are today and positioned for tomorrow. I can tell you, I'm off script right now, I can tell you there were many times that I sat in my office during this year wondering if I and we were going to make it to the other side. I can honestly say that. Two, I'm thankful for two, my staff and leaders that endured this year. I can tell you that the leaders that are still here through the year, and we lost several, they did a lot. Their dedication to you and this community, they stuck through the jowls of COVID, the workforce challenges we faced, staffing shortages, hyperinflation, supply chain issues, just to name a few, they're still here. I want to thank them. As a reminder to all of you, there was a point during 2022 when we were 6 out of 9 directors short. So we were trying to run Cypress Village with 3 out of 9 directors. Thankful for 3. Lastly, the remarkable new leaders that we recruited and acquired. Tammy Faust, our Assisted Living Director. Johanna Grant, our Health and Wellness Director. Credwin Kelly, our Director of Nursing and Skilled Nursing. Lester Ruiz, Environmental Services. Lisa Drew, CLS. And last but not least, Hector Gonzalez, Director of Dining. All of those individuals that I mentioned knowingly joined the team during a very, very difficult time. They have all done an exceptional job. I am very thankful to all of them, and a big thank you to them as well, and their staff. So to that end, let's all remember what we have to be grateful for. We have a lot. Thank you very much.
With that positive note, we'll adjourn the meeting. Thank you so much for coming. Thanks for all that participated. Thank you.
Thank you.